Hi guys, I'm Yelena. If you haven't flowed with me before, welcome to my channel. And if you have, welcome back. Today I have an awesome 45-minute power yoga vinyasa flow for you today to build that flexibility and strength. And if you like these types of classes that build strength, yoga classes that calm the mind, reduce stress, make sure you hit that subscribe button below as well as the little bell icon next to it so you can be notified of all the classes that I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right guys, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, you guys ready to get started? So we're gonna go ahead and begin in tabletop position. And just beginning to warm up the body for our flow today, we'll take an inhale, lift up through the chin and the tailbone coming into cow. Exhale, round the spine, chin tucks to chest. And we'll take a couple of these on our own. Really getting into the body, feeling it in that lower back spinal region. Pressing the mat away upon every arch. And knowing that throughout today's practice today, that without any challenge, there's really no change in our yoga practice. And the same goes for everything that we do in everyday life. So we'll try and challenge ourselves today. Good. Take an inhale, lift that right arm all the way up to the sky. Take the gaze up towards the fingertips. Exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left. Dropping the right cheek, right shoulder down to the mat. Take the left arm behind the back. And breathing. Building that Ujjayi breath in and out of the nose, we take our breathing. Nice and deep. Plant the left palm back down to the mat underneath the shoulder. Take an inhale, right arm lifts high. And drop the right palm back down to the mat. Let's go ahead and switch sides here. Take an inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath, drop the cheek, drop the shoulder, wrap that right arm behind the back. Maybe even just sitting here and thinking about an intention that we'd like to set in today's practice. What kind of things we'd like to change about our yoga practice, whether that be our attitude throughout the entire practice, our inner motivation. Maybe we want to hold a posture a little bit longer than usual. Maybe that specific arm balance we've been working on. Drop the right palm down. Inhale, left arm reaches back up. Nice big stretch. Exhale, plant the left palm back down. And here we go. Let's go ahead, curl those toes under. Hips lift up and back. Downward facing dog. Maybe we give the feet just a little pedal here, pressing one heel down, bending the opposite knee, pressing into our hips, side to side. Maybe we move the heels all the way to the left and then shift them to the right. Good. Taking a couple sun salutations to get us nice and warm. Take an inhale, rise onto the tiptoes. Look forward, bend the knees, and this time we'll just walk the feet to the front of the mat for our first round here. Heel toe those feet out just a bit wider and allow the upper body just to hang as we rootin' down into our feet. Maybe lifting the toes up, spreading them out wide, setting them back down, creating that nice support system, that grip. Just allowing the upper body to hang, the cervical spine to relax. Setting that intention for our practice today, where we'd like to make some changes, where we can challenge ourselves a little bit further in order to really transform our lives, transform our practice. Take an inhale, slowly rise. And reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, lower the palms to heart center. Heel toe the feet together. Take another inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, dive it forward towards the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back to the top of your push-up. Now you can choose if you'd like to take the push-up all the way down, Chaturanga Dandasana, keeping the elbows close to the rib cage. Inhale, roll to the tops of the feet, pressing up through the chest and the chin. Exhale, curl the toes under. Hips lift up and back, returning to our down dog. Just taking a couple breaths right here. We'll go ahead and speed it up this round. Take an inhale, rise onto the tiptoes. Look forward, bend the knees, walk, float, or just hop those feet to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, root to rise. Arms reach up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive towards the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 rounds of breath right here. Inhale, rise onto the tiptoes. 1 more round, look forward. Bend the knees. Make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in, bowing head to knees. Inhale, root to rise. Arms reach high. Exhale, lower palms to heart center. Good. Take an inhale. Circle those arms back up. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then plant the palms. Go ahead, take your vinyasa lower to the bottom. Inhale, upward facing dog. This time, take a peek over to the left and to the right. Bring it back through center. Curl the toes under. Hips lift. Up and back, down dog. From here, just walk those feet forward towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up, peek forward. Exhale, fold it back in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, bring the palms to heart center. From here, inhale, reach the arms up above the head, keeping the palms together. Rise onto the tiptoes, the balls of the feet. We're gonna take our swimmer's dive here as we sweep the arms back behind us like 2 wings. So staying on the tiptoes, lots of control here. Swing those arms back and work your way towards bringing the crown of the head to face the floor. A little bit of wobbles are okay. If we fall out of it, just try to find your way back in. 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels, drop the seat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Holding here just for a couple rounds of breath. Exhale, dive it forward towards the knees. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Take it back through the vinyasa. Lower to the bottom. Inhale, rising up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, let's take an inhale. The right leg lifts all the way up. 3-legged dog. If we'd like to put a bend to the knee to open up the hip, Just give ourselves a little bit of a warm up here. Roll out the ankles. Straighten the leg back behind you. Square the hips down to the mat. Exhale, step that right foot all the way through between the hands. Stay on the back ball of the foot and sweep the arms high. Crescent Warrior. In our first posture today, noticing any of the sensations that might arise. And just remembering that if we want to actually create transformation in our lives, we have to make these changes. We have to focus on the challenges and be stronger through all the challenges in our lives. Exhale, lower the palms to heart center, cross that left elbow over the right thigh. Lunging prayer twist. If we allow ourselves to continue on with the same circumstances in life all the time, then there's really no change, no transformation that will happen. We have to face challenges head on, whether it be on our yoga mat, at our jobs, in our relationships. Listen carefully. We're going to come out of this and face the front once again, coming into a side squat. So we come up, bend into the left knee. Now we can just hover here, allowing the right toes to come up. So we're on the right heel. Palms can stay at heart center, or you may drop them down to the mat here. And just allowing ourselves to hover right here, working to build some strength. Now, if it's flexibility that you believe you need more, we can drop the heel down and take a more flexible approach to this. Use the breath. Always bringing yourself back to your breathing. And let's rise up, bending back into that right foot, that right knee. Open the arms to a T, Warrior Two. Let's take a peek back at that left foot. Make sure that we've opened it up, becoming parallel to the left side of the mat. Thighs spiral out. And tailbone tucks under. Pulling that lower belly up and in. Pulling the belly button back towards the spine. Good. From here, interlace the palms behind the back. Take a lean back, gaze up. Exhale, fold it forward inside of the right thigh. Waterfall, cascade that upper body forward, dropping the right shoulder inside of the right thigh, right knee. Good. Dropping the palms back down, coming into a runner's lunge. We're gonna roll ourselves into side plank. So let's really plant that left palm down into the mat, roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Stack that right foot on top. If side plank suits you better, in a supported version, go ahead and take that. And we can take whatever variations work best for us here. If we'd like to tone it up a bit and challenge ourselves, maybe we lift the top leg. Or bring the sole of the right foot in towards the left thigh. Just a couple more breaths here. If the right leg has not been lifted, go ahead and do so. And then step the right foot all the way to the front of the mat. Arms reach forward, lightning pose. Staying on the ball of the back foot, stretching and reaching through those fingertips. Drop the right palm down inside of the right foot, or we can bring the forearm to the thigh if that suits you best. And inhale, left arm lifts. If you would like to take this further, there's a couple options here. If you're with me, we're gonna move forward into Birds of Paradise. If not, you can always extend the left arm up and overhead. Go ahead and start taking a bind. Bring that right arm inside of the right thigh, left arm wraps behind the back. And we're gonna step the left foot up, closing the stance at the front of the mat. Left foot meets the right. Making sure that bind is nice and secure, standing up with the right leg. Begin to straighten the right leg if possible. Good, bending the knee once again. Drop the right foot back down by the left. Step that left foot back, and we're back in side angle. Feel free to pause this at any time. Try it again. We'll drop the right palm back down. If you've taken the bind, left palm meets it. Bring the right palm back outside of that right foot and step the right foot back to meet the left. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing job. Let's go ahead and check out this other side. Take an inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Let's reconnect with our breathing here in and out of the nose. Maybe we roll the ankle. Straighten the leg back behind you. Exhale, step the left foot all the way through between the hands, staying on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, reaching high. It's so important that in our yoga practice, we really focus not just on flexibility alone or strength alone, but both, a healthy balance between the two. Exhale, lower the palms to heart center, cross the right elbow over the left thigh, taking our lunging prayer twist. If we just have flexibility, we don't have the strength and stability to keep us safe in our asana practice, in our poses. Could cause injury, issues with our joints. And if we only have strength, if we're just a weightlifter, then our muscles are short and we can't get the most out of our postures. Find that freedom, that juicy flow that we like. Good. From here, rising up, taking that side squat, lunging into the right knee. And whatever you'd like to take here for strength or flexibility, might lower down, keeping the palms either at heart center or placing them down on the mat. Let's find a moment here to take our breaths in and out of the nose. Inhale, rising back up, warrior two, bend into the left knee. Paying extra attention to that back foot. And stretching and reaching through both fingertips as we pull the crown of the head upward. Making sure the spine is nice and upright, tall. Interlace the palms behind the back. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold inside of the left thigh. Extend those arms up and overhead. Good. Making our way back to that runner's lunge. Firmly planting the right hand, roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Stack the left on top, side plank. Whatever variation you choose here. Let's go ahead and lift that left leg up. Step it through. Shoot the arms forward. Bringing the chest closer to the left thigh, but still standing strong in that core. Reaching through the fingertips. Lightning pose. And for our final sequence here, drop the left palm either inside of that left foot or left forearm to the thigh. Right arm lifts high. If you're with me here, let's go ahead and take that bind, or please feel free to take the bind and just stay right here in side angle. And even if you can't do the full birds of paradise, at least try and challenge yourself and maybe take one or two of the steps. So we're gonna step the right foot up to meet the left, both feet together. Begin to come up onto the left toe, standing strong in the right foot. We're gonna stand it up tall. Lift the knee. Once we're balanced, extend the left leg. Good, bend the left knee once again. Bring that foot back down to meet the right. And to come out of it, step that right foot back. And we'll come out of the bind. Drop the left palm down. Reach the right arm up. And then we'll bring that right palm down, roll to the ball of the back foot. Left palm comes back outside of the left foot. We're gonna take our vinyasa. Back in downward facing dog. Take an inhale, rise onto the tiptoes. Look forward, bend the knees, and hop yourself to the front of the mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in towards the knees. Inhale, root to rise, arms sweep high. Exhale, palms lower to heart center. Taking a couple moments right here to smooth out our breathing. And if you'd like to extend this Power Vinyasa flow a little bit longer, you can always pause the video and do that last flow over 1 or 2 more times, and then start the video again and leave right where we are right now. Go ahead, bend the knees, drop the seat back. Inhale, circle the arms up. And if you don't usually do something like that, remember, no challenge, no change. Exhale, drop the palms to heart center, cross the left elbow over that right thigh. If you have a side crow arm balance in your practice, go ahead and take that now. Use your breath, sinking in just a bit deeper. Inhale, let's rise back up through center, arms reach high. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Cross the right elbow over the left thigh, taking our prayer twist to the other side. Once again, if you have that side crow, I urge you to take it. Challenge yourself a bit today. Inhale, rise back through center. Exhale, dive it towards the knees. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it back through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to down dog. We'll give the feet just a little pedal here. Good. Take an inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right foot all the way towards the front of the mat. In between the hands, inhale, back up, Crescent Warrior. We've already been here today, so this should be familiar. And we'll take a little back bend. Inhale, bring it back through center. Shift the weight into the right leg. Airplane pose. Bring the arms out to a T. Rooting and grounding down into the right foot. Drop the left fingertips down. Inhale, twist to the right. Right arm lifts. Keeping that back leg elevated, revolved half moon. Drop the right fingertips, step the left foot all the way to the back, drop that left knee. Release the top of the foot down to the mat, half split. Shift the weight back, keeping the hips above the knee. We reach the hands forward, pulling the crown of the head towards the toes, dropping the chest towards the knee. Just taking a couple moments of breath right here, smoothing out those inhales and exhales. Just a little bit more for our balancing sequence here. Take an inhale, shift it back into the right foot, bending the right knee, curl the back toes under, lift the knee. Inhale, right arm lifts, lunging twist. Seeing if we can stay up on the left fingertips, really amping up, powering up our core muscles here. Inhale, standing tall, lifting the left leg up, extending that foot long, grabbing onto the ankle or foot with the right hand. Take the left hand back behind you, gaze follows. Feel free to just bend that left knee here. And then swing the left leg back behind you, grabbing onto the top of the foot with the left hand. King dancer, extend the right arm out in front of you long and begin to drop the chest forward. Nice balancing back bend here. Both fingertips drop down, standing split. Maybe even grabbing onto our standing leg with one hand or two. Seeing if we can lift that left leg up just a little bit higher. Good, and then step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Right foot meets it, lower to the bottom. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's finish off the spinal side. Just take a couple moments of breath, pedal out the feet. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step that left leg between the hands. Inhale, rise, Crescent Warrior. Take the back bend. Coming back through center. And shift the weight forward. Airplane pose, right leg lifts. Sipping in each breath a little bit deeper, drop the right fingertips down. Twist to the left, left arm lifts, tighten the lower belly. Left palm plant, step the right foot all the way back, drop the knee, release the top of the foot to the mat. Shift it back, half split. Keep the hips directly over the knee. Pull the crown of the head towards the toes. And use this small break to smooth out your breathing. And if this is the point where we usually give up or we start getting lazy, just remember that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So let's see if we can really channel that inner motivation. Begin to shift the weight back into the left foot, bending into that left knee. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee, staying on the right fingertips. Inhale, left arm lifts, lunging twist. Begin to stand up tall. Extending the right leg out in front of you or keeping that knee bent, grabbing onto the ankle or shin. With the left hand, extend the right arm back behind you, dancing Shiva. Release the foot, swing the right leg back behind you. Grab onto the top of the right foot or the ankle with the right hand. Extend that left arm forward and lean in, King Dancer. Drop the fingertips down. Final pose on this side, standing split. Then step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Left foot meets it. And we're gonna drop the forearms down to the mat for our final posture today. Use the breath, holding right here in our forearm plank. Tighten the lower belly, coming up on the tiptoes. Making sure we're not sagging down too far or lifting the seat too high in the air. Keep breathing. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, lower all the way down to the belly. Open the arms out to two 90-degree angles and drop the head down to the mat. All right, begin to bring the palms back underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale, pressing all the way up into a more relaxed upward facing dog. Good, getting into that lower back, allowing the shoulders to drop down away from the ears, really opening up the chest. Maybe even moving the hips a bit from side to side. We'll go ahead and drop the chest all the way back down. We're gonna do a chest opener here. So go ahead and keep that right arm bent in your 90-degree angle. And then bend into the left knee. We're gonna roll onto the right hip and place the left foot down onto the ground. We can keep this palm right here underneath the shoulder for support, but we should definitely be feeling the opening in the right shoulder, right chest. Well, if that's too uncomfortable, feel free to extend the right arm all the way out to a half T. Just now starting to cool down the body. Being so proud of ourselves for facing any of the challenges that we came across today. Maybe even choosing to challenge ourselves a little bit differently. Let's go ahead, roll back onto the belly. This time placing that right palm underneath the shoulder, bringing the left hand out to our 90-degree cactus arm. Bend the right knee. Roll onto that left thigh, left hip, and place the right arm back behind you. Or right foot, excuse me. Good, rolling back onto the belly. Both palms placed down onto the mat. Take an inhale, pressing back up into tabletop. So we're gonna stand up on the knees. And we're gonna take a couple camel postures. So we'll start with half camel pose. If you wanna take the variation where you bring the left palm to the small of the back, feel free to do that. You can just lean back, maybe stretch the right arm up overhead, or extend that left arm all the way down to the left ankle or heel and go just a bit deeper, really stretching and reaching the right arm back behind you. Good, let's rise all the way back up. Take a couple twists from side to side. And let's take this on the other side. So whatever variation works better for you, maybe bringing the palm to the lower back or all the way down to the heel, stretching and reaching through the left fingertips. Coming back through center, turning a bit from side to side. And we'll go ahead and take our full camel. So maybe just bringing both palms to the small of the back, beginning to press the hips forward, leaning back. Maybe dropping the hands down to the heels, really opening up the chest, gently dropping the neck back into the shoulder cradle. Just noticing any sensations that might arise, maybe deep emotions rising up to the surface. Slowly rising all the way back up. Good, drop the palms back down, shift the weight into the right hip, swing the legs all the way around to that front edge of the mat. And then we're gonna open that left leg all the way up to the wide edge of the mat. And we're gonna take a forward fold here, wide leg forward fold. So we might just begin to walk the hands out. I always really like to bring my hands out to my feet and then drop the chest down. So just taking a couple moments here. Inhale, rise. Let's close the pose, close the left foot towards the right. And we can slowly roll ourselves all the way back. We'll go ahead and take a supported shoulder stand here. So hug the knees in, extend the legs long up overhead. Coming into Candlestick Pose, this may be a good resting stopping point for some of us. If you'd like to go a bit further, let's take an inhale and extend the feet up overhead. Begin to walk the shoulder blades and the elbows a bit closer together. Place the palms in the lower back to build that support system, and then we can begin to extend the feet up overhead. Keeping ankles over knees and knees over hips. Good, let's bring those feet back overhead. Coming back to plow pose. Extend the arms long, place the palms down onto the mat. And slowly roll the spine one vertebrae at a time. All the way down with lots of control. And slowly lowering the legs as one single unit. Extend the feet out to the corners of the mat. Allow the palms to fall by your sides. And ending on the note of knowing that we can accomplish and really do anything that we desire or put our minds to, but knowing that success has no elevator. If we want to achieve these things, we have to be willing to take the stairs. No challenge, no change. Let's go ahead and take rest. Shavasana. Begin to brush the thumbs slowly all over the inside of the palms, all along the fingers. Slowly bringing in that sensation, that awareness, the consciousness. Gently turn the head from side to side. Hug the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins. Give yourself a big bear hug today for making it through another amazing flow. Giving it our all, no matter our current circumstances. And we'll begin to rock and roll ourselves all along the spine vertically. And rocking right up to a seated position at the front of the mat. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed the sequences in this 45-minute intermediate power yoga vinyasa flow class, and that you were able to develop and build a little bit more strength and flexibility today, as well as a little bit of inner motivation to face those challenges that are always ongoing and coming into our lives. If you enjoyed the content, please make sure to hit that like button below, as well as share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, namaste. Peace.